we now know have died. 59 people have been injured, and the bomber died too. Emergency numbers: 0161 856 9400. So 0161 856 9400 or 0161 856 9900. I think it's important to reiterate all this stuff. The anti-terrorist hotline: 0800 789 321. 0800 789 321. If you have any information, if you saw anything, if you're a witness to anything that you may not even think is of any consequence, but might well be, the police need all the information they can possibly gather. You can also dial 999 on that one. And on the subject of any images or footage, loads of people would have had their mobile phones out last night, as they do at every gig. If you've got any images or footage you believe can assist the police, you may not even think it would, ukpoliceimageappeal.co.uk or ukpoliceimageappeal.com. Right, you're with 5 Live. It's 1 minute past 9. Here's the news from Lake Hatfield.
Online, smartphone and tablet. This is BBC 5 Live. Police say 22 people were killed in a suspected suicide attack at the Manchester Arena last night. 59 others were injured. It happened at the end of an Ariana Grande concert, and children are among the victims. The attacker, who also died, is thought of being carrying an improvised explosive device. Police are investigating whether he was acting alone or part of a wider network. Greater Manchester's Chief Constable Ian Hopkins says more than 400 officers were involved in the operation during the night. British Transport Police say extra armed and unarmed officers will be at key railway stations across the country. Manchester Victoria Station, which is next to the arena, remains closed. Theresa May is chairing a meeting of the Emergency Cobra Committee. All national campaigning in the general election has been suspended. The SNP has cancelled the launch of its manifesto. The leader of Manchester City Council, Sir Richard Leese, says the city has had dark days in the past, but he can't think of any that matches the horror of last night. Ariana Grande has tweeted to say she's so sorry and praised the emergency services who were first at the scene.
Let's take a look at the latest weather now. For many of us, it's a dry day with some warm, sunny spells. But for Scotland, we're going to see a bit more rain moving its way in here later on this afternoon. Sunny spells across the rest of Scotland, and maximum temperatures getting to 16 to 18 degrees. For Northern Ireland, a few bright spells, even a bit of sunshine by lunchtime, but the cloud will start to thicken up later this afternoon with a high of 20 Celsius, so still warm despite that cloud. And across England and Wales, across much of northern England, North Wales, the Midlands and East Anglia, it's a dry day with some sunshine, but I think across Wales and southwest England there'll be quite a bit of cloud here, especially around the coasts of southwest England and southwest Wales. Some misty and murky conditions lasting well into the afternoon. A bit more clouds towards the southeast of England as well, but maximum temperatures 18 to 23 Celsius.
In travel news, if you would normally drive into central Manchester journey, there are still lots of road closures in place around the Manchester Arena, including all approaches to the arena, so that includes Trinity Way, Great Ducey Street, Miller Street. Victoria Station approach is still closed, part of Chapel Street, Rochdale Road. The section of Deansgate between Blackfriars and Chapel Street is also still closed. As you'd expect, this is causing extra congestion on nearby routes as people try and divert away. So the A6 through Salford towards the city centre particularly slow, as is Berry Road and Great Cheetham Street.
We're going to listen to the President of the United States now. He's speaking in Jerusalem. We're expecting to hear from him. Here he is.
Dear friend Donald Trump, it's my pleasure to welcome you here in Palestine and receive you as a great guest of our people here in Bethlehem, the birthplace of Jesus, peace be upon him, from which the message of love, peace and tolerance has spread out all across the globe. Allow me at the beginning to condemn the horrible
Okay, let's tell you what has happened. In a few moments we're going to speak to Councillor, we're going to hear from Councillor Eddie Newman, who's the Lord Mayor of Manchester. Andy Burnham is the Mayor of Greater Manchester, but it's a slightly more ceremonial position, the Lord Mayor of Manchester. He's going to be speaking in the next few minutes. This is what we know so far. 22 people have been killed, around 59 people injured in a terror attack at the Manchester Arena. It's known locally as the MEN Arena. The blast happened just after 10:30 last night at the end of a teen concert by the American singer Ariana Grande. She's got a massive young fan base. British Transport Police say the explosion happened in the foyer of the arena as people started to leave the concert.
Ariana Grande is an American singer, very, very popular with young girls. The concert was taking place at Manchester's biggest indoor arena. In fact, it's the biggest indoor arena in the country, a capacity of around 21,000. And we understand it was pretty much full last night. Ryan and Jess, both just 15 years old, were there. They spoke to our reporter, Jennifer Smith.
So me and Jess was coming out the venue. We was coming past the merch store, and then I heard a big bang and bright light. So I thought it was just a light bulb, or maybe a light from inside. I didn't really think at first. Everyone started running, screaming. I did the same thing. I started running. I didn't think.
Just tell us what you saw down here last night. So much. Colin, he's been up all night to 5 Live. I've spoken to many people who I've met this morning who were just trying to work out really what happened and what they found themselves caught up in the middle of. Many of them just looking utterly shell-shocked, including this young mum who came along with her daughter Molly. Here's the thoughts of Karen. Katie, you were here with your daughter Molly last night. How old's Molly?
It's 12.
Where have you come from?
Newcastle.
Newcastle. So tell us what you saw, what you heard.
Well, Ariana had just sang her last encore song, so I knew because I'd looked at the set online, so I knew it was her last one. So we left pretty much straight away after that, and we had a few different doors coming in initially, but we took where everyone was going, which led into Victoria Station. So when we left, there was parents waiting in like a fire. It was just almighty bang went off, and we turned around and there was just smoke bellowing. You couldn't see the doors. It was just black, and everybody just started screaming and running. So I just grabbed her and just took off. I mean, thankfully we were just in this Premier Inn just here, so it was pretty straightforward. It took a minute and we were back home. So
did you feel the explosion?
Oh yeah, it was so loud. It was ridiculously loud. It shook. Did it shake? It was so scary. It was the worst thing I've ever been in my life.
Did you know straight away it was a bomb?
With the bang, like, you hear the bang and you just think, God, what the hell was that? But then when you turn around and you're seeing the smoke and everybody started screaming, it's the first thing that pops in your head, that the bombs just went off. That's what you think. And then it took the hotel. Nobody was given anything to say what it was, and speculating that it was balloons. I seen them balloons. There's absolutely no way it could have created that much smoke. No way. So that was just ridiculous to say that. But it was so scary.
Could you see people were injured?
No, as I say, like, we were in front of it, so we were one of the first ones out. We were close, but we were in front of it, so we didn't see the aftermath of what it had created. As I say, we just got my good daughter, just ran. Because you don't know if there's another person who's going to do it again. And then I'm hearing people were saying that there was gunshots. You just don't know. I don't want to be there. I don't want to do it there.
It was swirl around when something like this happens, and I guess in your head you think, my God, but for leaving then, if I'd left it a couple of minutes or...
Well, that's been the thing this morning since I woke up. Just the shock, especially at the death count. It's just like, 20 seconds earlier I could have been my daughter. It's dreadful to think about. It's awful. The situation's just awful. I can't remember what you've just asked us because my head's just like completely gone.
How much have you and Molly kind of talked about it, and what have you said to her about it?
She knows everything. She knows everything, but she's... Last night I think adrenaline dropped a bit and she got a little bit upset, but she had a full night's sleep, and then this morning it's just been concern for people that have been affected by it. All them families that have lost people, and I think that's what it is with me. That's the shock. It's because it's the situation as a parent, to know that your child was potentially in danger. You sympathise with the people that are going through it, to think that this could have been my child, and I just can't even begin to... what they must be going through this morning. It's just absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. But yeah. just brings home like how close she was to me. It was just too close. And poor people, absolutely devastated for them. But yeah.
We speak for an awful lot of families this morning.
Thank you.
You're right, Molly. Yeah, she's okay. Good luck.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Well, that was Katie, Mum Katie, with daughter Molly, understandably extremely emotional, having perhaps missed that explosion by just seconds.